name is Dr. Tlaleng Mofokeng, and I'm a general practitioner with a special interest in sexual and reproductive health care. So the female condom is literally the equivalent of what the male condom is. It is a product that's been designed for protection during sexual contact, and the female condom specifically is designed for the use by people with vaginas, and it's inserted just before sex or a few hours or few minutes before sexual penetration. The female condom is made up of a synthetic rubber, and it's called nitrile, which is different from latex. So it's really good for those people who may have had a latex allergy. I really think, a lot of South African women have never even held or seen a female condom before. So it's very hard for them to, have any idea or feeling about use of a product that they've actually firstly never seen, never touched, and never really tried using. And I think there's a big gap in terms of information that's available for women. That's really around positive sexuality and how to incorporate the condom, into our sex lives beyond just it being safe and good for prevention of pregnancy and STIs. But I do think a lot more women would be more willing to try out the condom if they knew all the other benefits in terms of sexual pleasure. Okay, so one of the biggest questions, of course, with any product, anything that people are not familiar with, is how do I use this? Where do I start? And I think there's always those tips that we always give regarding condoms. Store it properly away from the sun or extreme heat, where there's friction. Make sure that you check the expiry date before you use it. Don't use your teeth to open the condom. There are serrated edges. Use those that have been provided for. But I think what's different about the female condom is you can insert it a few minutes, a few hours, or immediately before sex. And what's great about it is that the insertion is very much like how you would insert a tampon or a menstrual cup. So it really forces women to get in touch with their vaginas and really get to maneuver and get these products, comfortable with usage. And what's really good about it as well is that it is quite larger than the male condom, but it's not as tight. So even if you are the one who's putting it on as the woman, you don't have this feeling of constriction, which some people often, allude to thinking that that's what it feels like. And you really can use it safely. It warms up to your body temperature quite quickly because of the material it's made up of. And really, even just removing it, it is really quite simple. You're just tagging it at the edge, and you make sure that the contents, of course, are contained. And you can wrap that up with a tissue as you would with a tampon, with a pad, and you don't throw it down the toilet. Of course, you then discard it safely. So, of course, with first time use, especially when you're still not comfortable with what the female condom looks like and feels like inside the vagina, there may be those moments where you're not really sure of if you've put it in correctly. One of the ways is to hold the inner ring, and squeeze it as you insert the female condom, and it will open up within the vaginal canal. Always push it in with your finger as far back as you can. There's also one way of knowing that at least the placement, can be as best as it can be. And if during sex you find that there is some form of discomfort, you can reinsert it, you can move it around. It's not that once you've put it in once, that's it. It is important to remember, though, that once you have used it during sex and there has been ejaculation, there has been some, of course, bodily fluids around the condom, you shouldn't be reusing it again. However, around the moment of insertion, you more than welcome, and you should make sure that you're inserting it and you are comfortable. If not, just wiggle a bit around, and you should get to a comfortable spot.